Alright, welcome back to Cobalt Black Gaming, the channel where I play a different indie game every day to show you guys those hidden and not so hidden gems. Today, I am very excited to be featuring the 1.0 release of Wildkeepers Rising. So, this is a creature collector survivor-like, or horde survivor, whatever you want to call it. And I had played this game way back when it first hit, I think back when it was in demo, and then maybe when it first hit early access. And it was okay. It was okay. It was whatever. It was, the same as every other survivor like, except, you had a couple monsters, and that was kind of cool. Well, this hit 1.0, and I grabbed it on a whim, and man, they have added stuff to this game. This game is awesome now. So, we're going to be coming in here. I'm going to switch back to Ophelia. I prefer her better over Corin. So, we're going to be coming in here, and I'm going to be showing you guys around real quick, and we're going to go on a run. First things first, you have your sigils. So basically, you unlock things on these skill trees as you acquire more monsters or get certain quests done. You will get a point to put in on these skill trees. Now, these are all of the, I guess, cards you can roll during, for your roguelike progression within a mission, right? So over here, you have all of your weapons. So garlic of various elements. This is just a spinning blade that spins around you. This is, magic missile, lightning strike, so things like that. You come over here, you have your kind of flat, just random bonuses. These three are auras, so, if you're within proximity to that monster, you get that. It causes your attacks to hit with these elements or these status afflictions. And then here is your kind of weird mechanical things. Most of these are defensive, but, blood sacrifice, 50% of damage received by the Wildkeeper, so that's you, is redirected to the Guardian. That's one of your monsters. My favorite one here is Entanglement. A copy of the Guardian appears, sharing health. That's pretty good. And, yeah. So these trees go all the way down. You slowly unlock them throughout the game. Then you come down here to upgrades. These are your flat, like, meta progression, just kind of stat stick upgrades here. So, regeneration, health, things like that, which you use a currency to get them. Now, this currency is also shared with your gear over here. Gear is very important, so it does things like reflect 75% of the damage received to the attacker. That's crazy. Or Indigo Talisman, invulnerable for 0.4 seconds after receiving damage. Or Revive Remedy, recovery time minus 10%. These things can be equipped, and you can equip them to, like, if you just have one item, it can be equipped to everybody, right? So usually they're split between Guardians and Wildkeepers. So Wildkeepers have some equipment, Guardians have others, and there's some things that are shared. For instance, the Ruby Ring can be on everybody. But, oh, sorry, didn't mean to go all the way out there. But yeah, so we're going to come in here. I'm going to actually put something on one of these guys because that recovery is huge for this little dude because he explodes. Yeah, he just blows up, and that's really cool because you can augment him to heal you when he explodes and things like that. So this game has a lot of different ways where you can kind of change up how abilities work, and yeah, it's pretty dope. So that's the gear. Oh, the gear can also be upgraded and or wood chipped, so I could come in here and I could melt it for currency, which can help me either upgrade more gear or do some other things. Or, well, I can't upgrade this one because it's max, but I can upgrade. Let's do this one. We can upgrade this. Well, I don't have the currency, but if I did, I could upgrade it. Anyways, and then you have your quests, which are just your standard, bog standard kind of achievements. And as you go through, you get more things. You can see here, there are a total of 5 playable characters. So Ulrich, Milo, and Ivy will be unlocked later. Right now, I have Ophelia and Corin. I don't really care for Corin, but, whatever, we'll take it. Actually, I probably should play Corin because I need to level him up. So we're going to go out on the mission. I'm not going to show you what all the Wildkeepers and things are because, I don't know, we'll see them when we're out there. I've been playing on casual difficulty. This game is rather challenging when you don't fully understand the mechanics, and I just started playing last night, hence why I'm on casual. Probably upgrade to challenging after a little bit. So it begins. And, classic survivor-like profile of just hordes are attacking me, and I have to bat them away with my sword and hope that it works. We're gonna take Entanglement. It's Guardian only, so I can't do anything with it yet. It's unfortunate that the first Guardian we were gonna get is on the other side of this bridge. Quite a fight to get there. We're gonna take Prowess, Battle Prowess, so we can do some more damage. So this is how you unlock your monsters in a match. In a match, you can have up to 4. So these are some of the ones we've already unlocked. We can get Cole, which is, it's your Charizard, it's your dragon, your very typical dragon. Pitsy, which just does a Hyper Beam. And then Merkle. Merkle's pretty good. Merkle stays right by you and machine gun fires. We're going to pick Cole. I like Cole. Cole is very interesting and easy to build into. You just spec for lots of fire, and then Cole does well because he has abilities that allow him to take less damage from burning enemies or deal more damage to burning enemies and things like that. We're going to go for increasing his burn duration. Okay, so we have a few things here. I think we're going to take the critical aura. And we'll put it on Cole. And you know, we'll put Entanglement on Cole for right now. There's a better monster to have that on, but Cole is very good, so I'm not going to act like I don't want to have that on him. I'm going to take the dash cooldown, though. Or not dash cooldown, the extra dash. So yeah, Cole just lights the whole round on fire. Very useful. But this is what I was talking about. All damage increased by 1% for each enemy on fire. Reduces damage taken by 20% if the enemy is on fire. So Cole can start getting very, very strong if you spec into those things and get a couple of other things. Like there's an aura that sets enemies on fire, and usually what I do is I put that on someone that's not Cole. Because Cole can set his own enemies on fire, but you put it on someone else, and suddenly you have lots of other flaming enemies that you didn't think were going to be flaming, but they are now. Let's see if we can push through. So, one of the things I've noticed about this game, though, is it plays a little different than a lot of Survivor likes. While you are sufficiently powerful enough, I'm not going to say you aren't, but a lot of the power resides in your monsters here. And that being said, you kind of want... You know what, let's take Pitsy. Let's take Pitsy this time. I want to see what Pitsy's like. You kind of don't want to run away from them. Which is interesting, because you also kind of want to run away from them. You know what, let's grab the ice circle. I think we're going to throw it on Pitsy. So now Pitsy freezes things that are near her, it, him, whatever. Let's see what this death beam is like. Yeah, there we go. There we go. A nice hyper beam for my enemies. So these all come in different levels. And I actually have enhancements, so when you're at one of these screens, if I were to really want this, I could enhance it to Legendary and it would be even stronger. We are going to go with this because, duh. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to spec for Cole. I don't like any of those. We will take Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike will go on Pitsy. I haven't really put anything on me because, I don't know, it's none of the stuff I like for my Wildkeeper themselves. Okay, here's actually my favorite monster in the whole game is Riza. Riza is a brood mother, a hive mother that will lay eggs and build an army of little critters. The reason why Riza's so good is because Riza gives you an army. She is a one army monstie. So we're gonna grab the health for her little spawns here, and we're gonna grab the fire circle. The fire circle is gonna help. So I know I had doubled Cole, but we are going to double Riza and put the fire circle on her. The reason I'm doing this is because now the fire circle is going to burn more enemies. Cole can already burn enemies on his own. But I'm also doing Entanglement on Riza, and that is because Entanglement on Cole was nice, right? You saw lots of fire. Big fire, big damages. Who doesn't want that? And the answer is me. And the reason I don't want that is because putting Entanglement on Riza and doubling her is so much better. Now, the reason for that is, now each copy of Riza will spawn its own brood, doubling the number of summons Riza does. And, the whole mechanic is, hey, this monster summons a bunch of little things to murder stuff with, so now we've just multiplied that by 2. And you can see where that would be very strong. So we are going to... Ooh, Robust Constitution. I kind of think I'm going to take that because this boy's weak. Toxic Trail? We'll put Toxic Trail on somebody. I will throw it on Cole. It's not really synergistic with anything we're doing, but it's also... It's not anti-synergy, it's just no one cares. Alright, Pitsy's actually pretty good. This is the first time I'm using Pitsy, and I'm rather liking it. So, this... Brood Swarm... For Riza, 8 more hatchlings, so now that is 16 more because I have 2 monsters, 2 copies of Riza. So as you see, I have quite the horde following me. And I'm just gonna keep on keeping on and adding more and more. And we're gonna notice this starting to take effect, so we'll hit later in the game where we're gonna be kind of probably pinned down. Usually I get to some point where it's like, hey, stuff isn't looking so good. And the great part is, these hordes kind of alleviate that issue. They come in here, and they just kind of start killing stuff for you. And that is a great time. Yeah, so far I've been having an amazing time with this game. Did not expect it to be all that it is. Again, you know, when I played it, I think it was the demo. I don't even think it was early access yet, and it was okay. It was okay. It was a bit of a twist on your classic Horde Survivor. Nothing super huge. The monsters I had access to did not seem, well, as good as some of these are, and I think that's really what threw me for a loop when I started playing this game last night. So I was not expecting these monsters to have the powers they do and to hit like they do. So it's really cool now, kind of seeing what this game has turned into and how useful some of these guys can be. So we are going to throw Ground Spike on me. I don't really need it, but hey. We came all the way over here to grab gear. I find the gear unlocks are important because they do lend you quite a bit of power. Hatchling health, I don't... it is legendary, I'll take it. I don't really care for it, but that's okay. Bull's taking quite a bit of damage, so you know who I want last? There's one monster I want last, and it is arguably one of the other best monsters in the game. And its name is Kira Boom. Kira Boom is a cat that explodes. But it's okay, it's a cat, so it has infinite lives and comes back like a phoenix, right? That's what cats do. Right, guys? Anyways, you can also get an upgrade that allows its explosion to heal you. So it explodes, it dies, but it heals the whole team when it does so. And does a lot of damage, ultimately basically clearing the screen. Right, it doesn't 100% clear the screen, but it kind of gets there. Alright, so Riza's getting quite strong and armied up here. We are taking a lot of damage as we're running. Again, like I said, it's hard because I want to run ahead and get to things, but if I run too far ahead of my monsters, it's a bad time for everybody. Alright, we're about to see what happens when one of our little dudes dies. They're gonna get dropped off right here and be dead for a minute. That's okay. They respawn, so it's not that bad. We're gonna grab Robust Constitution, because I'm seeing that we are getting hit quite a bit. It's partly because of the pacing I'm running at. I ran back for that gear, and it put me way out of position. And so, trying to make up for that by running forward to get my last monster here. Alright, so we can go with all these, but I'm going to reroll. We did not get what we wanted. We're going to go with Buzz, just so that we have a tanky boy here. Tanky boys are good. Hatchlings cause extra damage. We take those. Okay, now we're going to see Riza's hatchlings start kind of rolling here. And they're going to be very, very good to us. They're going to help thin out this whole horde issue we're dealing with. And help keep us on the up and up. Okay. But what's really cool about it is basically, right, each of your monsters has a super, and that's kind of these big skills that I've been doing. But it doesn't feel like you're using the monster's super. All of it kind of comes together feeling like your whole team is just your skill kit, right? It's just how your skills work. And I think it really, again, it really comes together to make a fantastic survivor. Like, if you like creature collecting and horde survivors, definitely pick this up. Like, that's not even a question. I believe it's only $10. And I think currently, because it just came out a few days ago, it is 10% off. And at $10, this is well worth it, in my opinion. I'm not even very far, as you saw. I still have 3 main, like, characters, I guess, Wildkeepers, to unlock. You know, maybe it gets worse. I don't think it's going to. I think, if anything, you know, you're going to get extra characters. You're going to get extra guardians, which are what they call the monsters. So you're going to start seeing even more awesome stuff. And I think it's just going to get better. Can't wait to see all the different variations of gear. That's kind of been one of the things I've been watching in the game that I think is really cool. I like it when Survivor likes have a gear system as somewhat of a customizable meta progression, if you will. Because to me, it just makes the game more fun. We're gonna reroll. I don't like any of these. It's still, we'll give you Blockmaster, Riza. We'll keep you alive. Heal, we'll get the heal radius since we don't have the thing I want. However, I'm tempted to put the heal radius on this, but it will reduce Cole's overall power, which I'm not exactly the happiest about. Let's do this. Put the heal radius on Pitsy, because Pitsy seems to stay close to home. Yeah. And the heal radius isn't the most amazing thing. I think it's like 2 health a second. But the numbers, A, aren't that big in this game, and B, you know, it'll be one of those things we'll start noticing as we just kind of keep it going, right? Like, we'll notice that we suddenly are no longer always dying. Oh, a mimic. A mimic. We don't like those. We don't like those at all. I'm actually going to grab crit. Crit can be very important in this game, and you can scale crit pretty fast in this game too, which is a great time. We should make you more robust. Yeah, let's make you more robust. Let's grab you health. Let's throw this health on me right now, and we'll come back to you, bud. The one thing I wish they had and that they don't is XP magnets, and it makes sense why they don't, because all of your monsters can pick up the XP for you, so they don't really need to, but it would be nice. It would be nice, you know? Okay, let's put that on Buzz, so that when he buzz saws around, there's an actual saw to the buzz sawing. Objective. Okay, we just need to survive for 2 more minutes, so we're doing pretty good. Given everything. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go. It's legendary, and also I've been finding Pitsy to be quite useful. Maybe not the best monster I've ever had, but certainly not the worst. And definitely helpful. Yeah, this is also part of the reason why I'm not a fan of the melee dude. You kind of just get lost in your monsters every once in a while. And I find finding myself is not the easiest when I'm him. On the archer, it's easier. She just kind of shoots. You don't really care if you're lost in your monsters. All right, let's kill this. This is a like spawner, I guess. I don't know if it actually spawns, but it is lore-wise kind of presented as like a hive. We're gonna do the recover health automatically, and we'll just keep that in inventory. I don't think we need it right now. Okay, let's have Pitsy handle that. And let's have Cole handle that. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing real good. Let's increase the attack size. Like that. Yeah, Pitsy's phenomenal for just clearing large swaths of enemies, and I really enjoy that. Like, Riza's little dudes just kind of go over everything like a plague. But Pitsy is killing it Let's double aura you. I don't know if the toxic trail is really doing much for us. It seems rather thin and limited in range. I'm taking a lot of damage, but I wanted to get that. Now I'm really hoping my monsters catch up to me, because if they don't, I'm going to take a lot more damage. Hey, there we go. There's Pitsy firing off. Perfect. Yeah, let's get Pitsy stunning more, and Riza's Locust Swarm is just terrifying at this point. I mean, it's pretty much just keeping everything off me, and then, like, when you can see the bugs hit an enemy, and the enemy just go away. We're gonna go for crit chance. We'll take those. We're gonna summon more bugs. Why wouldn't we? They're kind of what's carving a path through the enemies for us, really. Them and Pitsy. It'll be interesting to see the damage numbers at the end of this, because I think... I'm gonna imagine Pitsy is much higher up than I, well, would imagine. I don't, that doesn't make any sense, but you get what I'm saying. I think Pitsy put in work, and I think I wouldn't have expected Pitsy to put in as much work as Pitsy has put in. But that massive beam is just insane. Okay, we're trying to make sure we get the gear before we end, because we've got 35 seconds left. We'll just have them kill a bunch of dudes back there. Slippery fish. No, we're gonna reroll this. I don't like any of those. Super lasts 2 seconds longer. I don't like any of those either. Can I get a Riza thing, please? I'll just take this, because you're killing me here. We're gonna grab this gear, because I want it. There we go. Just get rid of everybody. Make everyone regret touching us. That's your goal, Pitsy. Alright. Collect 1,000 Amber Stones. Reach level 40 in a mission. Nice. We just got quite a few achievements. Let's run. Oh, I haven't seen this before. Okay, there's a boss. I haven't seen a boss. This is new, guys. To me, this is new. Obviously, right? I don't know if this is actually what you would consider new, but I don't know. Riza seemed to handle that boss.
The slime horror fell, its grotesque form collapsing under the combined strength of the Wildkeepers and the Guardians. But the air trembled with the aftermath. A surge of magic erupted, raw and unrestrained, pulling the Wildkeepers toward a place of ruin and silence. The Sand Sea. Once lush and teeming with life, now a barren wasteland. It was there that the Guardians made their last stand nearly a century ago. I remember that battle, the way terror gripped my heart. But the Wildkeepers fought then, as they do now. Not without fear, but in spite of it. I will not let fear claim me again.
Okay, man. Alright, yeah, and you can see the damage numbers. Yeah, Pitsy was a monster, but Riza really came in clutch here. Massive DPS, massive damage numbers. Pitsy was still scary. Buzz was the only one who wasn't really doing damage, but Buzz is also literally a tank, so that's fine. Yeah, and so we get a couple choices of sigils to unlock, right? So we can kind of see what we get next, or maybe what we're gonna see later. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Any Guardian faints, all allies get 100% critical chance until recovered. When you die, restore 10% health. Each Guardian still alive in the Guardian faint. Every time you dash, all Guardians gain 25. This is it. Okay, Arcane's nuts. Critical hits do 100% bonus damage. Cover health equal to 0.5% of damage given. Damage bonus equal to block. That's insane. Increase XP collected. Automatically collect 1 XP a second. And over here, what do we got? Shoot arrows up, down, left, and right every 1 second for 20. Okay, cardinal arrows. That seems cool. Shoot a projectile on each diagonal for 2 seconds, or every 2 seconds for 7.1 damage. That seems cool. Beam horizontally. Okay. Floating Wither. An orb floats nearby, causing 28.3 damage and 25 weaken every 2 seconds. Dragon's Breath shoots a fireball in a random direction every 1.5 seconds for 14.2 damage plus 4 seconds of fire. 4 damage per second fire. Okay. Drop an icy trap. Okay, so these 2 trees are what are actually intriguing me. We are going to go for this and this. We already have a good source of fire, so I'm not going to worry about that. That was a run of Wildkeepers Rising. I highly suggest, if you like survivor likes, and especially if you also like creature collectors, that you go check this game out. I'll have a link in the description. It is, like I said, it is only $10, and it is 4 days after release at the time of recording, so it is still on a 10% sale. Definitely think this game is worth it if you enjoy this type of gameplay. You know, obviously if you don't, then it's not for you, but if you do, check it out. Anyways, if you made it this far in the video, a like and a sub would be very much so appreciated. I'm trying to grow the channel right now, and every little bit helps. And you know what, guys? I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.